For months, Zende Forrester Domings had been the quiet storm at Forrester Creations, steady, dependable, and far too often overshadowed. He poured his energy into sketches that shimmered with passion and dimension, but somehow the spotlight always seemed to swing toward RJ and Luna. It was ironic, Zende thought, that in a building full of mirrors, no one ever seemed to see him. But everything changed the morning she walked in. Her name was Serafina Marquez, a name that rolled off the tongue like silk sliding across skin. She was the new digital strategy consultant brought in by Carter and Ridge to help modernize Forrester's global branding. A brilliant mind, they said, forward-thinking, elegant, perfect for the company's new direction. No one said she'd be dangerous. From the moment Zende met her dark eyes locked on his sketches, her lips curving into a knowing, almost provocative smile, he felt the shift. It wasn't the usual flirtation he sometimes encountered from models or clients. Serafina radiated ambition like perfume. It lingered in the air, tempting and intoxicating. "Your designs," she murmured, gliding a manicured finger along the edge of his tablet, "speak louder than you do." Zen's heartbeat stumbled. No one ever said that, not that way. And just like that, she saw him. A controversial spark. Within a week, Serafina became a whisper in every hallway. Luna noticed first how Zende suddenly stayed later, how Serafina always seemed to be near him, standing just a bit too close, asking just a few too many personal questions. Luna wasn't jealous, she was worried. She'd come to see Zende as a friend, maybe even someone she needed to protect from himself. RJ, however, wasn't subtle. "What's going on with you and the new consultant?" he asked one afternoon while Zende adjusted a bodice on a model. "She's been around. A lot." Zende shot him a glare. "Why? You jealous someone's paying attention to someone other than you for once." RJ stiffened, and Luna laid a hand on his arm, trying to diffuse the tension. But Zende wasn't in the mood for diplomacy. For the first time in months, someone saw his fire. Someone appreciated his vision. Someone wanted him. But not everyone was impressed. Steffi noticed that Serafina's integration into the company was unusually smooth. Too smooth. Her instincts pricked with warnings she couldn't quite articulate. "Keep an eye on her," she told Carter. "She wants something, I can feel it." Carter chuckled. "She's a consultant, Steffi. They all want something." "No," Steffi replied. "She wants something specific." Serafina's secret motive. Serafina marveled at the glamour of the Forrester world, but she wasn't dazzled by it. She had come with purpose, one she kept wrapped in the same polished mystery that surrounded her every move. Late one night, after nearly everyone had left for the evening, Serafina lingered in Zen's design office. He sat across from her, sleeves rolled up, charcoal smudges on his fingertips. They looked like two artists in a shared moment of discovery. "You're more talented than this place allows you to be," she whispered. Zende swallowed. "What do you mean?" She leaned forward. "You're a Forrester, yet they act like you're an accessory." Her eyes glittered. "You deserve a kingdom of your own." Her words were a spell, tempting, poisonous. But Zende didn't pull away. Trouble at Forrester Creations. It didn't take long for the whispers to turn into shockwaves. Hope walked into the design office one afternoon and froze at the sight of Zende, and Serafina locked in a kiss that was far too heated, far too deep to be dismissed as an innocent workplace moment. Hope's eyes widened. "Zende, what are you doing?" Serafina merely smiled and slipped her hand into Zen's. It was the smile of a woman who knew the world was about to shift, and she was ready to take the reins. By the next day, the rumor mill had turned into a wildfire. RJ confronted Zende in the showroom. "She's manipulating you," RJ insisted. "You don't see what she's doing." "Oh, I see perfectly," Zende shot back. "For the first time, someone values what I bring to this company." Luna stepped forward gently. "Zende, we care about you. We don't want you to get hurt." But Zende had already chosen his path. "You don't get to warn me about relationships," he said, obviously referencing Luna's past entanglements. The sting was sharp enough that Luna recoiled. Serafina entered just in time to witness the confrontation, her lips curving in satisfaction. "Is everything all right here?" "No," RJ said sharply. "It's not." Zende moved closer to Serafina. "Everything's fine." And just like that, a new line was drawn. Steffi's investigation. Steffi wasn't one to let a threat simmer. Within days, she dug into Serafina's background, and what she found made her pulse spike. Serafina had consulted for fashion houses before, houses that mysteriously stumbled shortly after her involvement. CEOs ousted, partnerships dissolved, power reorganized. "Zende," Steffi began firmly during a private meeting, "you're getting too close to someone who has a history of undermining companies for leverage." He scoffed. "You're digging because you're threatened." Steffi's eyes hardened. "I'm protecting my family." But Zende had made up his mind. He stormed out before she could finish warning him. When he returned to Serafina's side that afternoon, she kissed him like she owned him. And maybe she did. A dangerous alliance. Serafina and Zende's relationship wasn't just passionate, it was strategic. She whispered ideas to him, told him he deserved more, convinced him that Forrester Creations needed a shake-up. "You're a Forrester," she said. "Start acting like one." Her influence grew bolder, and soon Zende began speaking up in meetings, challenging Ridge, questioning decisions, pushing boundaries in a way that startled everyone. "He's changing," Luna whispered to RJ. "No," RJ said grimly. "He's being changed." The final scene, a power move. The story's climax hit during a major press preview for a new Forrester line. Cameras flashed, models glided, fashion elites whispered. Then came the moment no one expected. Zende stepped onto the stage, unplanned, unannounced, and took the microphone. "I have a new collection in development," he declared. "A bold, disruptive line that represents the future of Forrester Creations." Gasps echoed. "And I'm working on it," he continued, "with Serafina Marquez." When Serafina stepped into view, smiling like a queen who just seized her throne, the room erupted. Ridge's jaw dropped. Steffi's eyes went icy. RJ looked like he just witnessed an explosion. And Luna felt her heart sink. The message was clear. Zende wasn't just stepping up. He was stepping away from them, from the status quo, from the role they'd boxed him into. Beside him, Serafina squeezed his hand. The shake-up at Forrester Creations had begun. And no one had any idea how far this new power couple would go.